o'clock, April 8th, 2025, calling meeting to order. Item number 1 is minutes of March 25.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of March 25th, 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Warrants and financials.
Make a motion to sign warrants and financials.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Department heads. All right.
Well, there's rumors going around I found out about yesterday morning that the steel that got taken in from the North Anson fire station just got cashed in, nobody knows where it is. Well, it was deposited through the town office. The check was made out to the town of Anson. And I went in and got the copies of them, so it wasn't just cashed in and nobody, anybody did anything with it. It went directly to the town office. Then there's a posted road paper that I've given you guys. And the reason I did that was for Kennebec Street and Arnold Lane for the sanitary district. So anytime the road's posted and they're hauling over it, they stave it up. They have to fix what they've stove up. And I talked to Dale earlier today, and he gave me the paper that we'd already had, and we just updated it. So this one here will be anytime the roads are posted and they're on it, whether it be this year, next year, whenever, they have to fix it. So I'd just like to have you folks sign it, then I'll take it over and have him sign it.
Your motion to sign.
Make a motion to sign as read.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
Then I got a innovative solution for the dust control agreement that needs to be signed. That's to guarantee the price that it is at right now for the sound. So that's at $1.34 a gallon.
And that's for what?
The dust control flow mat that we use on the roads.
Just one person to sign?
Yeah.
Motion.
Make a motion to sign as read. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
Then I got the quotes back to get the hydraulics fixed on the 2019 Western Star. To do it with a pump and the electric clutches on it right now, it's $3,616. If we go and put this set on here, it'll be the fourth time, and it figures out that we put $14,467 into the pump system. And I'd like to take and change it over to the type of pump that the new truck has on it. The only time it pumps oil is if you pull on a lever to call for it. And that is $15,985. So it's a lot of money right now, but the way the Western Star is, since 2019, we put up 4 pumps and 4 clutches on it. And this pump here is what we got on the new truck, and I talked to Stuart Goodine about it, and he said it's basically a grade up from what we got there, and they're pretty much bulletproof. So
What was the new cost again?
$15,985. That's all installed. The equipment repair line, I've got 42,000 something left in there, so that it should stand it all right. But I want to get the okay from you guys first.
What year is that one?
2019.
Need a motion? Make a motion to accept as read. No, the new one, the 15,000.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0.
And I got paper there from NF Loose for the Madison Street job. That need you folks' signature on it. It's the one that I took and just got last time, and I copied it up, put it in your folders for you, but we need to okay it, sign it, so I can get it back to him, and he can get materials on to take, and so they'll be here when he can take to do it.
I'd ask Jim to take over the meeting. This is my brother's company, my nephew, so.
What is this for?
The drain up on Madison Street that failed during the heavy rains and stuff, and FEMA's already paid us for it. We got the money, but this is a contract that's where he's gonna take and do it, what he's gonna take and do, and
Okay. Okay. It's, all right. Because I knew there was work that needed to be done on Madison Street.
Yeah.
I thought it was all done. So,
yeah,
well, we got the money from FEMA.
we got the money from
Now-
FEMA, but when we
now
got it,
we
it was
do
too
it.
late in the season to do it, so we
Okay.
took in, we have the money to do it, it's just,
I hear a motion?
Make a motion to accept NF Loose Incorporated for the Madison Street job.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? We need one abstain.
301.
they started the sewer line project up there. They started it yesterday, it's back up again today. They run into a little trouble today. I stopped up to see how things was going. They were putting a knife on because they couldn't get the camera to go down through the line. And the foreman that I talked to said that it was a little warm up the top, so.
Is that from the
That's for the one we just raised the money for, to slip line the sewer
Slip
line
line.
on Main Street, yep. And I talked to Stevens Electric about the pump station 5, and they haven't got us into the schedule, but he's gonna get us in there just as soon as he can, so he can get that pump station back up and all that. I believe that's all I got. We graded all the roads except for 7, and if it dries out tomorrow, and then we'll go back again Thursday and grade some more. They're not grading, we're just going, smoothing them out some until the roads dry out good, so we are working on it.
Thank you. Any questions? Chief?
Not a whole lot since our last meeting. I've had no other bills come in. I got a report from Bob's Cash Fuel, just to give you an idea where we are at fuel. So far from the beginning year till now, till 4/3, it's 385.4 gallons, and that's roughly at, according to them, it's $1,340. Where Kim pays on that, right now we still just own $338, so we're right where we should be on that. So last night was truck checks. I did get everybody go up. I had some stragglers that needed to be fit tested for my interior people, which is people that need to go inside with Scott air packs. I might have one I might have to redo because I didn't save it in my machine. Otherwise than that, fire calls is pretty much the same. I was down here with Jeremy yesterday. He was going over the payroll for November and December to get that taken care of. We explained the whole MEFIS program, how it works, how it tallies everybody's hours and fire events and trainings. I gave you all a copy of that to sign off on, so we can give that to Kim and finally get that process going. Then we'll start on our first quarterly paid. Jeremy hasn't got all the calls in for March yet, so he's a little behind on that. And give another update on that, what we got for total for calls. And right now, for total calls for Emden, I believe it's around 14 or 15. Like I said, he hasn't got all the call logs in yet into the MEFers. We did have a couple car accidents up there, probably more than a couple, I think it's 3 or 4 that's been right in Emden, so we'll get more tally on that by next meeting, so. Try to keep an eye on that because we have to pay attention to Emden's contract, so. Let's vote on that, and I did have one of my firefighters turn in his 2-week notice. So we gotta figure that out and go from there. Move along with that process.
So we all set with this payroll request? And we can put it on the next agenda? Okay.
Yes.
So one of the full-time firefighters has resigned, gave us 2-week notice. So I believe the employee policy is, we post it in-house for 7 days, and then we put it out. I believe that's what it says, so I guess that would be the process. Thank you, Lance, for the time you've given us. Appreciate it. Anything else?
That's all I got for right now.
Questions for the chief? All right. That's all the comprehensive review. So selectmen concerns, also, I've got some things here we need to take care of. There's a contract for the Assessors agent services. It's a 2-year contract that we need to sign and get back to them.
And that's the same one we've had.
Yep, same one we've had, I don't believe anything will change.
That's for 2 years.
2-year contract.
Right. Make a motion to sign the contract for the assessor.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. I have a liquor license renewal for Diadema, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Golf course. Seems to be in order. Just one signature.
Make a motion, we approve the liquor license for Diane.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. So any other selecting concerns? Oh, we got just a minute, we got the bids for the earthwork and the paving around the new fire station. I guess with just one bid on the paving, it's added to everybody's gravel. Peter's excavation was $143,995. Partridge and Kids was $145,625. Brian Luce was $172,995, and Manza was $101,802.
What was Mansa's again?
$201,802.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
My bid was what?
Added to the pavement.
Okay. I was gonna say, because those numbers are not what I did.
The pavement is added to everything. The price of the pavement bid was $88,995, and it's been added to everybody's gravel price.
Make a motion for the next bid.
Who was that? Peters?
Motion to take Peters, as it's the lowest bid.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor? 4-0. Anything else? Public session.
When is the prospective timeline when that's gonna start there?
I'm not sure.
Any
I would
idea?
guess when the posters come down.
Well, right. Yeah. Soon as the posters come down, or just?
I would imagine. I
Okay.
ain't said nothing to nobody, so as soon as they awarded it, that's when I'll talk to them, so. But I got an idea the post is gonna be a big key in it.
I'm gonna guess mid-May.
Yes.
Is there any word on internet or phone at the North Station?
Still going around with Spectrum.
I talked to Kim, I came up with this the day before, and she sent him another email while I was sitting there. She attached me to it, and I usually hear something back, but they said the work order's in, just waiting on them to get there and hook it up.
That's the only reason why our sign's not working, right? Okay.
Yeah, we had to go through the whole E911 process to get the address right, because it didn't have the right address. So, after Drew came up and did that, and got that all situated, and
What is the address?
so I think, don't quote me on that, I'll double check, because I thought it was 24, but it's actually 26 North Main Street. I thought it was 24. I thought it would have been the
I
same
think-
address as the old building, but.
No, because it moved 50 feet up the road.
Exactly, yeah. Okay.
So when,
What's that?
when did they say they're gonna be getting it up?
Still waiting, I don't have a definite date. Kim attached me an email, so as soon as they send something, I'll see it when she sees it, and vice versa, so.
I know she's been checking on it almost daily, but.
Yeah, I just don't want to butt in, but raise my hand when.
Go for it.
Okay. I want to start off with one thing first. I'd like to speak to Jim for a minute. I don't appreciate you butting into my conversation when I'm talking to somebody. I would appreciate it if you would remain silent until I'm done talking. That's what I'm asking politely. I respect other people. When they're speaking, I don't speak. So that's all I need to say. I'm good with that.
Okay, so I will respond to that. When you speak to the board. You don't speak to one person, and you're not rude to anybody on the board. And anytime anybody is rude to anybody on this board, I will interrupt them, period. End of story. You were rude, Brenda. You were speaking to Arnold, and you speak to the board, not to Arnold. You speak to the board. So that's why I interrupted you. I was polite, and when I got done, I said, go ahead. So,
Okay. May I have the floor? Okay, you guys have a copy of the never-ending contract for full-timers?
No.
Not with
Not
us.
in front of you? Okay, how about we start right here?
There's a copy for you.
If you would like, you can ask the town tomorrow.
Copy for you?
Yeah, go ask the town for a copy.
I have a couple copies if somebody else would like one. Okay,
She said she wanted one.
I just want to look at, I'm sorry.
that's fine. Here you go. You want me to? This will be the last one.
I think I have one.
Keep it going.
Do you have one?
Catching up.
Wait a minute.
He's
I
pointing
made a
out.
lot. Okay, I'm like, I don't have any more, I'm sorry, I'll get you.
That's okay.
Okay, for starters, on this never-ending contract that you explained ever so thoroughly last meeting, first off, it's not even dated by them signing it. Second of all, you guys haven't signed off on it like you said you did on the last meeting. So, and third, their hourly salary salary, pay, is not what they're getting paid according to the contract. So could I get a little explanation on that? And the contract states they should be getting $18 an hour. And if we need pages, I have that right here if we need to.
When that contract is in place, will we getting paid $18 an hour? Or is that something they got placed for a pay rate?
Well, the
After
contract,
that, I can't remember.
the contract that I have has not been updated since April of '22. April 26th of '22 was the last revision. So the contract right there, not being signed and dated, is, to me, null and void. It's not a legal contract. So I'm just looking for answers. I mean, you five last meeting sat right here and told me, or told the people, that this is a never-ending contract. So are we being misled? Can I get some answers?
There is a date on it.
No, at where?
It says revived March 28, 2022, right there.
March 26th. I mean, April 26th.
No, right there.
First page is a
Look at the
little
first page, right here.
But
And then
The
here
very
it
first
says,
page.
I
So-
know,
Close.
Okay.
okay, but here it says March 28.
Okay, so, all right, we got some conflicts in here.
March, April.
April would be after March.
Correct.
So this would be the last date. Okay, I'm listening.
When was David hired?
June. Okay, can I just add something to that? So if they were hired in June, wouldn't this contract be signed June 6th?
We went through the hiring process in March. It took,
Okay, but you didn't get hired until June 6th, correct?
we were not
or-
an employee until,
Okay, so that's when you would have signed the contract, is that not correct? Or should have signed and dated the contract? So, I'm listening.
Unless there is something in their files that we do not know about, this is not a contract. This is just, this is a description
Oh, somebody read page 10, didn't they?
of
That's,
That was your request for the actual contract, if they didn't provide it, that's what they provided for.
So what
actual
I'd
contract.
like to suggest, because you catch us off guard. No, wait a minute,
I'm listening.
This is my turn to speak. I'd appreciate that you write down your questions so we can give you the answers, you know, and be able to speak.
is that so you can cover stuff up? Because I asked,
I don't have my treasurer, nor the bookkeeper, nor all the paperwork that you have asked for in front of me. So,
okay, this is
unless I have a specific,
not a surprise. This was handed in almost 2 weeks ago. Okay, this is the written request that I asked for this stuff. Last meeting, we were discussing the contract. So, would you not suspect that I would be back?
well, and I'm giving you an answer, this is not a contract.
So you guys misled us and told us that,
Not we guys, not we. We all didn't say that. So,
No.
Bren, okay, so we pull up the tape?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, I got some things on you. Arnold, sit right there and, there.
Leanne, but I did want to answer, ask the question.
oh, but What's that?
So with a FOIA request, I mean, they did ask for this information.
Correct.
And they were told that they would be given the contract, which is my understanding.
Correct. But
And
we
what,
had to get a hold of our lawyer to make sure everything's in
and
right.
so what they were given was,
Yes.
what they were told was the contract, which was not a full piece of information, that was also missing multiple pages.
It's missing pages as well.
It was missing multiple pages that you had to put together. And if you will look on page 5, this does say, this packet of information is intended to formalize all aspects of the new position and proactively answer as many questions as possible to residents and potential candidates and other interested parties. So it is not a contract by any means. I believe that what this is what was used to get the original grant money. A contract would also contain step increases potentially, which would be the wage increases. So this does not include it. So with a FOIA request, which was asked for, was the contract, which should have been provided, not to ask for attorney assistance at the time, that fully had opportunity for a week and a half to have that provided and to seek the legal assistance in that time frame. And just so, my credentials, I've done municipal work for 32 years.
I know.
And also HR. So I'm not just,
And I have not done municipal.
no, but I'm just, I'm saying, I have worked with contracts and municipal
We're
work.
trying to do the best we can and find information the best we can.
Correct, I respect that, but
So,
I am just also
well,
correcting
Are you
that.
done?
Yes.
Okay, so I just don't want to let it. So, in regards to what you stated on the last meeting, you stated the
Me?
yeah, you.
Okay.
You stated the buzz around town, the buzz around town was, we were trying to cut, or I or somebody was trying to cut the full-timers from the budget. And that you guys had been working on the budget long before the town meeting.
We did.
Okay, so that leads me to believe that the intent was out there to remove the full-time positions because of what you said, and that at the town meeting, a money article, you can't cut positions, you can only cut money.
You did cut money. You did.
Yes, I did.
But
You
you
cut.
said
I
that you
did.
had worded it differently. That
Exactly.
we could have cut the position, so
But
you're
we-
contradicting yourself here.
No, I'm not. If
Yeah,
you, if you cut $150,000 from the budget,
And you knew what the intent was. The
I,
whole board knew what the intent was.
I got it
because
right
the
on
buzz
tape.
around town
there,
was that.
you know something? We have to be grown-ups here, sooner or later.
I'm
Sooner
here.
or later, okay? I did state that we had been working on it because we knew Stacy's budget was high. We knew it.
So you made it higher.
We tried not to.
413,000.
We tried not
Oh, we
to.
made it higher when we combined the full-time.
When we combined the full-timers and the regular, that's when it got high.
Okay.
And
Understood.
plus
So-
everything else I wrote line for line item for it.
So back to that, both budgets were over, correct? We all agree on that? Okay, it is now April 8th, and I still have not got answers as to why those two budgets were over. I've heard a gazillion different ideas, but as far as what, why, how, this,
Ask your chief.
can I get a printout of why both
Yep.
we're over. Now, I've been told by office staff one thing, and I've been told by this board other things, I've been told by you other things, and none of them add up.
We're looking into it.
When, okay, you're looking into it, do you realize how much our chief, the town's chief, cost this town last year?
Yeah,
How much?
$70,000 over.
Nope,
No, try again.
$3,903.45 per hour.
Are you
Are you?
putting the full-timers in on that?
No, 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 no.
That's the 2 overages, and that's her wages. And altogether, it's $109,299.48, because she is responsible for
For those 2 budgets.
2 budgets. So
She
when you
was not-
divide that by 28, the amount of time she went to calls, it's $3,903.45
An
per hour.
She was not responsible for the full-timers, Tammy was.
The budget.
That was
Did you read the papers that are in front of you?
I did, but Tammy was the one that was taking care of the full-timers.
Which, there again.
She's not here to defend it.
No, she's not.
And that's fine, I'm not picking on.
Okay, so
But-
you guys are gonna give us a chance. We've had the death, and we're trying to find paperwork.
I get it, but
Well, it would be nice to hear that in the beginning, rather than try to cover it up. Arnold
Nobody's
says
trying to
this,
cover
you
it
said
up.
that. You are, because you're falsifying information.
How am I falsifying?
Arnold stated, if you had said you wanted to get rid of the full-time firefighters in your $150,000 cut, and people voted for that, it would have sent us that message.
Anybody could have said that.
That is right.
so a money article, you can cut positions.
You could cut that program. You don't have to talk about the position, you could cut that program. The people that voted, I realize you're a posse. I understand you. The posse that was up in standards and what you wanted to do. There was people out front that voted, and they may have just wanted to cut the budget, but they wanted to keep the full-timers. You never said this is to cut the full-timers.
Okay. So, all right, in regards to that, we'll move along. So, one of the things that we're asked, how do we cut the full-timers? What's the procedure that you were gonna bring to us this meeting?
That's on video as well.
Yes.
A special town meeting
Okay,
would have to happen. The
Okay.
people would have to vote to do away with the full-time.
positions. Is that how it needs to be worded?
We have to get into the wording.
So we don't need a lawyer after all? Because that's what she
Just-
said, needed to talk to the lawyers in order to do this.
No, I don't think that was said.
Was just a few minutes ago.
We weren't talking about how
I
you,
didn't say that, I said.
We were
spoke
looking
with a
at
lawyer
this.
in reference.
Yeah, it's not a contract. Read page
It's
10.
not-
It's-
Correct,
It's,
Page 10 says not.
correct.
And we checked, maybe he had some knowledge of the contracts.
who?
The lawyer.
Oh, so I was given false information for my request.
You're
If
not
they have.
giving false information.
Okay.
Jim
What we're
Jim-
getting,
Sorry.
Let's move on to the,
Jim said that you guys signed off on this contract on the last video as well.
Yeah.
The last.
It was stated the board signed this contract, and there, you guys are signatures.
Those were his words. And there's not a signature on this from any of you.
not on this one.
Oh, this is another
Oh,
one?
there's another
We
one?
don't know. You gotta remember, Tammy passed away.
Okay. This
We're still going through all her
is,
paperwork.
this is 26. These guys must have, did you guys sign a contract? Let's get right to the,
they signed this, that's all they signed.
okay, end of story.
So you know there's not
Obviously, there's
enough.
no contract, so they can be.
We don't know.
She just said it.
Exactly, but we don't know.
As far as we know,
This
this
is
is
it.
That's why you're gonna ask them, if they're trying to have the contract.
Yeah.
They're here, they can vouch for themselves.
This is the only thing you guys signed.
That's all we signed, yep.
There's your answer.
Okay. So, in the state of Maine, you don't have to have a reason to get rid of anybody. And if they don't have a contract, which obviously they don't,
So, Daryl, can I ask you a question?
I'm all ears.
And I'm right on camera here, okay? If somebody came to your company and said, I want you to fire your daughter, can you just do that?
They have to give me a reason.
Exactly. And we gotta find a reason, because half of the town doesn't want them.
No, they have to give me a reason. Can I fire her? Yes, I could.
But they have to give the town a reason. We have to have a reason.
Cutting budget ain't reason enough?
You cut it.
That's my point.
He cut $150,000. He did
And Arnold
state,
came out during the meeting and told us, 3 days later, that you guys, well, you said that you've been working on it
We have been.
before the town meeting.
we tried to cut.
Arnold said that it was, that you guys cut it, and he ran down the list. The next week, next 2 weeks later, the next meeting that we came to, Stacy stands up and starts reading all the stuff that she's had to buy and stuff that was supposed to be cut out of the budget.
Yeah,
You guys, Arnold come out and told us that we couldn't cut the 10 hours apiece from the full-timers because they're on the contract.
Because of
There
contract.
was other things mentioned that hasn't been, that they could not cut this and that. So what I'm asking now is, how much is of that 150,000 have you guys managed to cut now?
That's my mistake.
It ain't the 150,000.
Stacy, what's your budget?
Right now,
Correct.
I don't have a tally on it until I talk to Nancy. And I know when we went down through the line for line to cut it, I mean, we cut almost every line, almost in half, almost if not zero.
That's not realistic. I personally feel this board has an agenda to have a full-time fire department in town of Anson.
We do until the townspeople tell us they don't want it.
Perfect. That's all I needed to hear.
The townspeople tell us what to do, not,
Not
Okay.
just one town person, or
I
not
think
five.
I think there was 27 that told you,
I think there was only a difference between 6 in that vote.
there was 27 that had voted, and 21 that did on one, and then the other one was 27 to 19.
So, I mean,
It was close before.
it was close, it was close.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that. So let's back up a year. The votes were equally as close or closer,
Exactly.
but it was a big deal. We put it right together, boom. Because you know and I know that if that article had been in there the way it had been the previous years, that would not have passed.
We were advised to put it together because it had passed.
Who was the person who advised it?
Tammy. But we can't have it, she's not here to
No, I
defend
understand,
herself,
and
okay?
I'll respect that.
So that we could have a realistic budget on what the fire department was costing us.
Which is way too much.
There is.
I'm a taxpayer here, and I believe it's too much.
And because I got some of the other answers that I asked for, I was gonna bring here, which was how much money and what accounts do the money from the ambulance? How much
I
is-
have nothing to do with that.
No, no.
I
I
didn't say
have
you did.
nothing to do with the ambulance, I'm not even on the board for that,
No.
okay?
And that's fine.
So what was your question again?
My question was how much money the town has received from the ambulance for full-timers driving, or us, for instance, we drive after hours. I just was wondering how much has been reimbursed to the town? And where does it go? That I did not get from you.
What town?
What do you got?
Yeah, good.
No, it's just a question.
I can't.
But I just still feel.
I just wish you guys would get together. Instead of fighting.
We
Fighting. Exactly.
Are we fighting? You know, the fire department's not fighting. The
Yeah,
fire department's going really good right now.
you're fighting. You're fighting, and you know, this town has gone through a lot.
You know what? You wanna talk about fighting? Back in the day when there was
I'm
storm
not
and
back in the
south.
day. I'm not back.
Back in the day, that was.
Listen, I lived in Madison. Just because my last name is Gowan.
You didn't cost a lot.
lot.
I remember those days.
What really sucks nowadays is when you work on a fire truck, I know this really has nothing to do with it, but as soon as you have red lights on it and it's painted pretty red or pretty lime yellow, you take it to a service area, the labor cost is like over $200 an hour. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
so when a truck breaks down, and if I don't get it fixed, I get raked over the coals because I don't get it fixed, because I'm trying to save money. But where I'm at now, so if I have a truck that gets broken down, I can't really afford to have it fixed. I gotta put an out-of-service tag on it, back it in the fire department and say, sit there and be a good truck and don't move until our next budget. full.
So I understand that. I understand that wholeheartedly.
And it sucks.
So ultimately, is she in charge of the budget?
Her budget, she is.
her budget, the 400.
Just like Artie's in charge of his budget.
Okay, so you guys should not have been making cuts in her budget. She should have.
She did make her cut,
She was
and
there.
then she brought him to
I
us.
sat down with Arnold and Jim. Oh,
So-
Nancy.
And Nancy.
And I just, I'm at all, I just think the townspeople are being misled to a certain extent from this board. Especially after you guys telling me this is a contract and it is not, and you even admit it's not.
We just found out.
Okay, you just found out because I asked.
No,
They said you haven't.
All right,
we called.
one person at a time.
Yeah, so I really believe that you guys have been misleading us. How much, I don't know.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. We tried real hard.
That's what we live, or I gotta live.
You should,
For someone, anything at all.
especially me, right?
No, you were the one that weren't gonna say anything about.
I get up early in the morning, try to mislead this town.
Go ahead.
Your turn.
I got a question, a couple actually. This isn't personal, it has nothing to do with Lance or Mr. Hopper. It doesn't have anything personal to do with anybody here. One of the things that I would like to see is that when it comes to the fire department, Brenda, that you recuse yourself from,
Why?
because you have personal relationships.
No, I don't. You
Okay.
show me where it is.
Okay,
You put it in writing and I'll, you put it in writing. You put it in writing. That I have a personal relationship with her.
okay.
Put it. Go ahead.
Regardless,
Okay.
that's
Go
all
ahead.
I'm asking.
Go
And
ahead.
then another thing is, since we have the conflict with the money, the budget, and we have a firefighter that has put in his resignation, wouldn't this be a good time to consider removing the positions?
No.
Why?
The last time that was voted on, the majority of the people in this town voted for it.
Okay.
I got a question, we got it now. Or a statement?
Go ahead.
I'll ask Lloyd here. Were people misled when they voted for the full-time firemen for 3 different times? Because they were told that if we vote this down, we have to pay the $160,000 grant back.
Not that I know.
I can name off 6 different people that told me that's what they were told
Not
by
from this-
this town
Not from
office.
this board. Yes, sir.
I'm really not trying to fight, I'm really not. But I have a serious question. When did the grant money end? Was it last year that we had grant money? And this year's?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
The first 2 years we had grant money.
Okay, that was the question.
Yeah, you can have your paper. Because I was the one that saw
That's
that.
not disrespectful.
Because I'm the one that was thinking of fighting out most of the time.
And make sure. There's missing pages too.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
I'd like to talk about the petition that's going around. There's a false statement in there saying we go to less than 20 calls a year.
We
I
don't
don't-
know
All
what
that, wait, your question goes to us, not them.
Okay. So I saw a petition, I don't know where it came from, but it's out there online, so the townspeople can look at it and whatever, and it says we go to less than 20 calls a year. That is a false statement, because from November to the end of this month, on-shift calls have been 40. Off-shift calls run like 42 or 43, so it's 50%. The reason I know that, because every time I go on a call, I make 3 copies. One goes to Stacy, one goes to Jeremy, and one goes to Nightbot. And it lists the CAD number, it lists the date, it lists the hour, it lists what the accident was, it lists what town it was in. So that information is out there for the townspeople to see, which is not correct. So that's,
Well,
I'm
I
just,
can
I'm just putting, I don't know who it is, or
I'll
whatever,
ask
I'm just
the
putting.
admin to remove that because nobody knows who it is. People have tried to reach out to whomever that person is
To let them know it's incorrect.
with no.
Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
And I'm letting you know.
Right.
I'll make sure that gets removed tonight.
That's all I needed to know.
Yep, no problem.
Right, thank you.
Anything else?
Oh, I will get that.
No, I won't.
So when are the paychecks coming for November, December? I've just had people ask.
At the next meeting. Now that we've okayed that,
You'll sign the warrant next meeting?
they will be ready for the next meeting.
That's all I have.
Then hopefully, Jeremy will be caught up on the April runs for the next quarterly period. He's a little behind on that.
That was, I just had people asking me if I could handle it.
I had to catch up with 2 more people to finish up their paperwork, so Kim could make sure everybody was gonna get paid. She didn't wanna pay just people to do it all in today, so.
Anything else? I know I've lost my agenda, so.
So executive session.
Executive session. Executive session. Make a motion to go into executive session for two matters. 1, MRSA 505. Enjoy. All those in favor? 4-0.